This is where the big boys play, huh?
I'm back. And I'm back for you. I'm not going to lie. I'm back for me, too.
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Hold 3, the moss-covered, 3-handle family Gradunzel. I am Sir Michael Cole.
You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
Number 4, armbar.
This ain't no disco. Ain't no country club either. This is the 3 Count Thursday podcast. So let's go, baby.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3CT. We are live on a Thursday night. It is March 23rd, 2023. We are glad to be with you as we are nearing the end of the road to WrestleMania. We have this week and next week, and then that's going to do it. We will be live for actually next week. We did announce this at the end. I think it was of this show or the Tuesday show. I can't keep track of all the shows.
We did it at the end of Thursday, but hit the horn, Tony.
Hit the horn? What horn?
The breaking news button.
Oh, we got the breaking news?
Well, no, it's old breaking news, but some people may not have been here.
All right, so it's new old breaking news, but we'll be live for 2 hours next Thursday night. Tim, why are we going to be live for 2 hours next Thursday night?
Because it's sign pointing season, baby.
We need a sign. How do I not have a sign? I have everything else in this goddamn studio.
You've got a fake fantasy football title back there somewhere. Yep.
I mean, it's a real title. It's just
a real title and a fake champion. Anyway.
Man, that is harsh. That is harsh.
Title paper champion. Got it. That's
Look,
I'm
fine.
That's going to be your team name next year, paper champion, right?
The fuck it is.
But 2 years. Or 2 episodes, or 2 hours. I'm so confuzzled. 2-hour episode because it's WrestleMania season. We're doing a WrestleMania-sized episode, going back to our roots. Of course, we're gonna go into the depth and breadth of everything that takes place at SoFi Stadium for the first and second. We may also talk some stand and deliver if we're bold enough, but the main course, the piece de resistance, is the return of the 3CT draft. And boy, there's going to be some contention. There's going to be some smoke in the city. This friendship is going to be tested. This brotherhood is going to be put to its limits for the topic we're drafting. Because
it's going to be a lot of fun.
There's some furniture moving.
I've started prepping notes already for this. And yeah, it's going to be a lot. This is probably the most work I have done for one of our shows in a long time. I'm not going to lie. I'll be 100% honest about it. No intern Mark on the show this week. Ryan will be joining us momentarily, hopefully. But Matt.
Mark's how you doing? He's counting money hand over fist at the Ocean Spray Job City.
But Matt.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. We are this much closer to the big event, WrestleMania. 2 nights of action. I also don't have a sign to point at, so there's a DX poster behind me. I guess
Close enough. I mean,
that works.
Well, actually, you have the closest thing because you have the WrestleMania chair, so you could technically point at something WrestleMania.
There's the chair. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm anxious to see how we kind of get to where we know we're going here in the next couple weeks.
We got a comment here. Ryan is busy setting a Sonic on fire somewhere.
You don't say that.
Can't confirm nor deny. I did have Sonic over the weekend, and boy howdy was it delicious.
You haven't looked healthier.
Man, it was real good. It was better than I remember.
What did you get?
I got the double, just the regular double cheeseburger combo.
Supersonic double.
The supersonic double. I got the chili cheesy tots. And I got myself a chili cheese dog. And man, it was a lot of food too. Like I was not prepared for the amount of food. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I'm late.
You okay?
Yeah, that Sonic just wouldn't take.
Don't besmirch. Don't besmirch, Ryan.
You'd think with all that grease it would went up much quicker than it did.
Let me
hell.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm gassed.
Been a while? Well, you know.
Get it?
Get it. I see what you did there.
No, but for real, if a Sonic caught on fire, it wasn't me.
Oh, jeez.
It wasn't me. I'm serious.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
There we go.
Making sure we hear you all right.
Can you hear me? Hello,
hey,
check.
There we are. Can you hear through your headphones?
No, what?
Your headphones.
I can hear you ambiently.
But can you hear this?
Can you hear me?
How you doing?
No, what did you push?
Don't mess with me.
I'm not messing with you. What did you hear?
This one?
Hey, Ryan, you love Sonic, right?
God damn it, Tim. You found the loophole in this.
There it is.
Man, I can't even.
Beautiful.
Are they loud enough? Are they too loud?
No, they're too loud, but it's fine because I'm going to say Shane McMahon. And I want to hear that as loud as I can.
There it is.
Well, here we go. Take these out.
The best in the world.
This is different. You're back in studio.
This is.
All those.
How much of a pain in the dick would it be to get you to move your webcam just a little bit?
So much.
Probably a little bit.
Should I get up?
Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
I can even slide over a little bit. So you can,
look at that.
We're just big boys.
Yeah, there's a lot of weight in this shot.
Damn.
Double widescreen.
There's a lot of weight in this shot.
You should see it on our end.
Jesus. It's really weird that you're not wearing pants. Like you forgot there's a pants rule in the studio, but whatever. It is what it is.
They got ripped at the Sonic.
I bet they did. Tim,
How you doing?
I'm good. It's been a week, so I'm relaxing on camera. That's fine. It's legal. But it's fun. I'm glad to be home. Glad to be in a chair that isn't in a moving box.
Yeah, that's right. You were rodent last week.
I was a rodent. I was Fred Flintstoning all through the world. But it was good. It was worth it. My man came out on top, and it's just good to be home. I don't quite have WrestleMania fever yet, but I got some time to catch it.
Devin says, "Surprise, motherfucker! Ryan's in studio."
I am.
You are.
I am. Everything was connecting to my internet at my house, but my laptop. Oof. I have no clue what was going on. I'm gonna try to check it out here. Maybe it'll connect here. You'll have to jot down the Wi-Fi password. I'll see if it'll connect for me. And
I will.
Other than that, I had to fly through the beautiful town of Lititz to get here as quick as I could.
Scotty says it's been a while. He turns 95. I
Happy birthday, Scotty!
I assume there's a joke there somewhere. Yeah, Big Mac says so. Mark's still not here. Joe and Mark definitely the same person. I'm really starting to believe in that theory that they are one and the same.
Yeah. Either Joe is in a Mark suit or Mark's in a Joe suit. One or the other.
Yeah. We're gonna.
I don't think Mark fits in a Joe suit.
No, yeah, I think it would be Joe in the Mark suit.
What if Joe is the Bigfoot that Mark's been searching for?
Oh,
holy cow!
I didn't even think about that.
Joe in a Mark suit in a Bigfoot suit.
Man, there's a lot going on there. Yeah, apparently Phil started more crap today. Good job, Phil.
Yeah, it looks good. I'd love to in a different time if we weren't starting a little late. I'd love to pull it apart.
Yeah, that's my fault. It really is. My boy's coming home from
okay,
England.
On this day, Tyson Tomko was born and WrestleMania 13 happened. Let's talk about the CM Punk.
Oh, Tyson Tomko. Man, you
kind of
glanced right over that. What if Tyson
Tomko? There's an opportunity for Jim to shit on Phil from Chicago.
I mean, I'm just trying to be topical, Matt. I'm trying
left and right from the run.
I'm trying to be topical for one at a time. Tim, thoughts on this CM Punk ish from today?
Happy birthday, Tyson.
Happy birthday.
Sigh. I wasn't cleared to come back to wrestle yet. Then plan was to wrestle at pay-per-view. I sat and listened to Moxley's Rocky 3 idea. I explained how I'd never seen a Rocky movie, and I thought the idea sucked, but if the boss wanted to do it, whatever. He said he wouldn't lose to me. I'd never experienced someone refusing to lose to me. I just laughed. I asked Tony if this is what he wanted. He said yes. He's the boss, so I said okay, but I need to be cleared first. They kept saying he could be a squash and I didn't need to be cleared. I scoffed at that. My health is more important. Dave Meltzer is a liar. Jericho is a liar and a stooge. There were plans, but plans always change. But I'll never put a company above my health ever again. That was CM Punk's tweet or Instagram story that he posted and deleted in Ryback levels of time.
Yep.
You know. This was in response to a post from Dave Meltzer that stated, do you know why they didn't advertise Punk versus Moxley longer and why they had a short build? Because Punk agreed to it. Then AEW got a legal letter saying he wasn't down with it and wasn't doing it. And they didn't know if he'd come until Tony put his foot down. There's a lot of nice things I can say about him, but you can absolutely argue his position on Moxley was correct. But you can't argue he'd willingly did what he was asked in that scenario.
When was this match supposed to happen?
This was All Out, right?
So they were, basically.
When was All Out?
August.
So this was before or after he said the shit that he said that got him run out of the company.
This was
leading
up to. Well, it was leading up to it. Like
All Out was the show he wins the title from Mox after losing it on TV like 2 weeks before.
Okay.
All Out is also Brawl Out, where he said the stuff that he said on the press conference.
And we haven't seen Punk since.
Correct.
Why the fuck are we even talking about it? Move on.
It's a work.
Like I said.
Did I shit on Phil?
Not yet. You haven't said much, though.
Scotty brought it up. Tim reacted, and I thought, what the hell? We'll see what Tim has.
Jim, this isn't for us to start taking viewer and listener contributions.
This isn't a joint, Jim. You can't pass it around.
I mean, Tim got all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed about it. So I thought
because it leans into the fact that I still think this is a work.
Well, yeah, because there was a report yesterday that Punk wants to come back. So
of course he does. They keep sending them gimmicks in the mail they call bills.
So yeah, I wouldn't like.
I get those gimmicks too.
Also, who has not seen a fucking Rocky movie? Like that might be the worst part out of all of this.
If he's a wrestling guy and he's a wrestling guy like he says he's a wrestling guy and he doesn't like, yeah, pretty common. I'd believe it.
I'd believe it. Yeah. I ain't like they were that great of films either, Jim. I mean,
why are you in my house?
They're okay films. They really are.
Somewhere, Russ Vitale is...
He is losing his mind.
He is ripping the gabagool in half right now.
I hope I locked that door.
Oh! Mr. T is pissed.
Man, wow, Ryan. That's bold.
On,
They're
Creed.
fine films, man.
That is bold to say.
When's the last time you were like, oh, let's watch a Rocky movie?
4th of July, Rocky 4 every year.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
If I could change... You can say
it's the reason we won the Cold War that we're back in the Cold War. So it's what it is.
It's lukewarm now.
Yeah, it's close enough.
It's a room temperature war.
Yeah. It's not super cold. It's not super warm. It's like that point where you're like, do I put the pizza in the oven or back in the fridge? Like do we just leave it out? It's probably not good.
We just eat it.
Yeah, well, of course we did. All right. I am going to skip over. Skipping over on this day. Let's go to week number 49.
Since John Moxley, Cesaro, way before Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy and Saturdays
and
on
Tyson
NBC.
Tomko.
These five guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. Recount Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.
All right, week 49 again. Just a couple of weeks left. This one. Got next week we got WrestleMania, and then we close up year number 2. People's Champ for this week, once again brought to you by Big Mac of the Take 3 Wrestling Podcast.
Big Mac.
People have the chance to dethrone Big Mac, but Masha Slamovich with the People's Champ win this week. Do we once again care about Mark's picks when he's not here? No? Okay.
Well, considering that everybody's gonna talk about who they picked because he just copies everybody's answers.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, flash them up on the screen for those who care, and remove them.
Just so you guys see it.
Just real quick, there they are, and there they're gone.
And then they're gone.
All right, Tim.
Posterity.
Do you want to lead us off?
I will. I absolutely will. So at 5th, I've got Danny Cage, man. He's doing great stuff with the Apple TV series on the Monster Factory. Really kind of having some hot takes, but not really hot takes about like what wrestling should be moving forward. While you don't always have to agree with him, he does have a kind of he makes good points. Number 4, retaining the TNT Championship on Rampage was the Powerhouse. Number 3, the tag team of Kylie King and Taylor Wilde, the Coven, winning the Impact Tag Team titles because Taya Valkyrie can't defend them anymore. Number 2, Masha Slamovich, the new GCW World Champion. Fantastic for her. And number 1, the champion of my heart, the champion of my life, my best ever friend in the whole world, your Virginia Championship Wrestling Virginia Heavyweight Champion, the Boar, doing it this weekend, bringing home the strap. Even though he didn't bring home the strap, they keep the title.
I mean, it's not because they don't trust the Boar,
baby.
But it's the smarter play in the long run.
It is smart.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you run into I think Matt Riddle still has my world title situation. But who would that have happened to?
I believe the exact quote was, "It's a little too expensive to have you take home."
That adds up. It's a nice looking belt. It's a very nice looking strap.
It looks heavy.
Well, big man can carry it. Big man can carry it. Matt, you want to go ahead?
Sure, I'll go ahead. So in 5th place, also had Danny Cage for the debut of the Monster Factory show on Apple Plus. Check it out if you have Apple Plus, and if you don't, there's free trials you can use. I'm sure Ted Lasso's back, so might as well kill 2 birds with one stone. 4th place, I have the Boar. Congrats to him, VCW Heavyweight Championship, big win there. In 3rd place, I had Pentagon Jr., who is the AAA Lucha Libre World Cup winner. So congrats to him. 2nd place, the Coven, like Tim had mentioned, they are the new knockout tag champions in Impact Wrestling. 1st place, Taya Valkyrie, who had a busy fucking week in wrestling. She was a part of the AAA Lucha Libre World Cup. She did the job for the Coven at that Impact show. She defended her MLW Featherweight Championship and had a squash match on AEW. So 4 matches, 4 promotions, 1 week is a hell of a week for her.
Very nice. Very nice. Ryan.
It's a lot of work there.
That is a lot of work.
Number 5, Danny Cage, for the same reason as mentioned with everybody. I'd love to talk about Danny Cage's hot takes because I don't think they're so freaking hot.
Well, we don't have time for that, Ryan.
That's right. Let's move on. He was never in the WWE.
We can certainly talk about that.
No one in the listeners brought it up.
That's fair. That's fair. Sorry, Big Mac. Sorry, Big Dick. The Coven, they're the ladies over there in Impact. They hold the gold. They're tag teams and they're champions. It was Taylor Hicks, the guy from American Idol, I believe.
I believe that's the one.
And I forget the other person's name. Oh, boy.
Olivia Wilde
from House. El Hijo del Vikingo or Vikingo. It's Taylor Wilde and the other one.
Kylie
King. Yeah. So Vikingo, I thought that was a stellar match. It was right up my alley. Loved every moment of it. It was great to see him having a coming out of sorts there on the Dynamite. Slamovich is your new GCW champion, Jim. It's a promotion you like to follow.
Oh, the best.
And the Boar,
the best.
Let me think if I got this right. It was the man after Tim's heart, Tim's best friend, and honestly, just a guy that I know. Boar is the champion over there in the VCWs. He doesn't have the belt. They kept it.
They did. That's what I've heard.
But I also have pictures of it, so Tim, you're not the only one.
All right.
Pictures that Tim sent you?
That's correct, yes. Yeah.
Truth is in the details, Matt. My 5 as well, Danny Cage. The series is is really, really good. Kudos to everyone over there at the Monster Factory. But Danny's had a big week. Powerhouse Hobbs, number 4, successfully defending the TNT title. Congratulations to him. Number 3 is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Finally, the big reuniting moment, and the tag team title match coming up at WrestleMania. So a huge week for those two. The Coven, new knockout tag team champions over there in Impact, with whatever names that probably not you said, but the other guys. And then the Board, number 1, great dude, great wrestler, and the new VCW champion. Oh, Mike wants to hear more about the Danny Cage hot takes. We'll get to those in just a second. But Tim, where we at?
I think Big Mac asked about the Danny Cage hot cakes. He wants to know the pancake recipe.
Well, we can look into those as well. Tim, where are we at for the year and for the week? You are muted, my guy.
Just let him go one time.
Muting me. I don't understand. Number 4, tied for 4th, Taya Valkyrie, Danny Cage. Proof that 1 first place vote equals 5 last place votes.
Beautiful.
2, Masha Slamovich, new GCW champion. Number 2, the Coven, King, Wild, doing the thing. Number 1, the Boar, earning the points. And for the year, Jey Uso still on top.
Main event.
But Taya Valkyrie is now tied for 3rd with Jimmy and Roman in the top 10.
Acknowledge
nothing
her.
else changes.
Acknowledge me.
We are literally 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. 2 more hard-earning point weeks for us. Because if you remember, last season we skipped a week. So this season's short, 51.
There we go.
When
I
it
forgot
feels
that
like
we skipped a week.
Yeah,
right off the jump. Yeah, right.
Forever ago that anybody voted for Claudio Castagnoli.
Yeah.
So like you can earn points early in the season and still be really relative.
I mean, Josh Alexander banked a lot.
That's very true
in the
too.
first
He had a
portion of the
hot
year.
start.
He was
of the
in
year.
the top 10, and then he dipped out, and then was right back in.
He was number 1 for a minute, and then
until Jim gimmicked the rules.
Yeah.
Look, man, shit happens, okay?
Since John Moxley, Cesaro, waiting for Gargano, there was Savage and Roddy, and Saturdays on NBC. These 5 guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. 3 Count Thursday brings to you the wrestler of the week.
All right, before we get to the question of the week, I mean, where would we be without listening to our listeners and
The 3 count question of
we're
the
not
week.
there yet, Ryan. Big Mac wants to hear more about the Danny Cage hot takes. So, I mean, Tim has an opinion about them. Ryan, you have an opinion about them?
I do have an opinion about them. I think they are fantastic.
Okay.
I think it's rude to talk about Danny Cage without having Danny Cage on the show.
Do we want to work on getting him on the show?
Boy, do I have a surprise for you. No, wouldn't have been something.
You're like, hey,
no,
how
I
about
did that with the pants guy and the whipped cream guy the other day.
You did do that with the
with
pants.
old Stan Styles.
Yeah,
I don't have a guest this time. That'd
no
have been
guess.
fun though.
No guess. That would have been.
I would have pulled one on y'all.
The computer gimmick just was all.
That was all a ruse. It was all a ruse.
Yeah,
no, I just wanted to set myself up for that stupid joke. We don't have to talk about them if you don't want to.
All right,
You're the host.
We can certainly talk about them. Tim, do you want to talk about them?
I think it's very interesting for Danny Cage to talk about the. I think the big takeaway is, he believes there shouldn't be a behind the curtain anymore, or the life between what's in front of the camera and behind the camera, or like behind the curtain and in front of the curtain. He kind of believes that there shouldn't be a curtain anymore, which I can see both sides. But there's some people who want to believe in kayfabe. There's people who want to believe there's a new form of kayfabe. I won't call it what it was originally called because I don't believe in the things he believes in. But then, of course, now there's Danny Cage who's like, yeah, kayfabe. Who is she?
Never heard of her. I mean, is the idea of behind the curtain not being a thing anymore? Is that even really a Danny, that's not even necessarily really exclusive to Danny Cage. I mean, the WWE makes these documentary series and Now AEW has the what are they calling it?
All access.
All access. I mean, we've kind of seen behind the curtain for quite a while now. I mean,
yeah, I don't think it was a Danny Cage exclusive. He just came out in part of the interview putting over the Apple TV show, and he's like, it's stupid anymore. Like, why are we doing it? We've talked to Danny before. You know how Danny Cage is. He's very opinionated. He's right to your point. He's not going to beat around the bush. It's stupid. We don't need it anymore. We watch movies. We see Tom Hardy battling Batman, but we know Tom Hardy doesn't hate Batman. Yeah. Tom Hardy's playing a character. Batman's played by, I forget who he was in that movie.
And Batman doesn't exist. Batman is not a real person.
He's not a real thing, right? So, like, when you're watching a performance, you know, you watch somebody portray that character in the ring. When they're out selling their gimmick, they're portraying that character. But at the end of the show, that person ceased to exist. That character is not that character anymore, and it's the person playing that role. They're in a job. They punch in. They do their job. They punch out. They shouldn't have to play the job all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. If I'm out to dinner and I see, you know, the Miz and Maurice, like I don't expect him to be, you know.
No, if you're at an airport though, it's different.
Well, yeah, completely.
You expect the character. And
like I don't expect if I would see, you know, Mike and Maurice at a restaurant, I wouldn't expect, you know, the it couple. Like I'm not like they're living their life.
Let's talk legit behind the scene. Let's say we both know the Bro Keller. You see Bro and his wife out at dinner. Mm-hmm. Do you go up to be like, "Hey, Bro, how are you?" Or do you use like his real shoot name that you know him by?
Right, like
Bro.
Well, I might say bro, but I mean BRO, not BREAUX.
Right. Nobody means BREAUX.
Yeah, I'm not going up and I'm not treating him as Bro Keller, the independent wrestler.
When you guys are at a nice fancy restaurant.
Yeah. No, he is
I'm talking Olive Garden. Real nice.
Super fancy.
Super fancy.
Traditional.
Reflections. Holy shit. They have a wishing well inside.
Traditional, 100% authentic Italian food.
For sure.
Olive Garden.
Fazoli's?
Log cabin.
Yeah, no, I'm just going up and I am talking to him as if we are.
So you see him at a Sonic. Are you treating him any different at a Sonic?
I don't know. Did he set it on fire?
The one by the bowling alley's not doing so
I
hot.
thought the Danny Cage hot take we were talking about was that he calls action figures dolls. So that was
that's fucking rude. That's fucking rude.
They're all dolls.
They are action figures.
I've been referred to in some circles as a doll dude.
But I mean, like, all action figures are dolls, but not all dolls are action figures. It's kind of like the Kleenex theory.
And you were referred to as a doll, dude.
That true. That too. Not lately with this fucking. If you could get a close up, but you can't, of this fucking Andrew Luck neck beard.
That thing is. Tim's getting all sexy time on the.
Later. Tune in later when I move into my mom's basement.
Tim's getting all sexy on the podcast right now. We're not even making people pay for this.
Just a little bit of taco meat for your Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a curtain anymore. I think that curtain has long been open. And I mean, here's the thing. If you want to get wrapped up in it, absolutely. Like when the show is on, absolutely get wrapped up in the characters.
I think it's tough at an independent show. It really is. It's a much smaller room. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have two guys battling it out in match one. And come intermission, they're 2 tables apart selling their merch happier than hell, just trying to make an extra buck. How do you keep kayfabe alive in that situation? It just doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean,
there's very few people that actually work for MJF. It worked for. Motherfucker didn't sell any shirts, any gimmicks.
No, he didn't.
All. He was in, did his business, and left. He's a heel.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to meet anybody. Doesn't care.
Yeah, and there's probably a couple that kind of live that gimmick, but otherwise, yeah, everybody's there trying to make money. Like that's the business. Like and but also too, I mean, like even at independent shows, like we've all been to them. Like everybody kind of just plays along. Or they think it's still real. I can't tell sometimes.
Who do I cheer? They're throwing streamers for both wrestlers.
It's still real to me, damn.
How do I know who to cheer for?
As a guy who cried at an indie promotion not less than 1 week ago, I cannot make fun of that man for saying it's still real to me. Damn it.
Yeah, like it, you know, and like the kids are into it, so like it's not. Yeah, I don't think they're that hot of a take to be 100% honest either. In 20 years ago, maybe.
I think there's still some people that really, really want it to be very
But
real.
I
You
think
still have
those
your Jim
people are
Cornettes.
Probably like your old school in the business people.
They
more so
absolutely
than
are.
anything
God
else.
damn.
Right, your Cornettes.
Yeah.
You know, they
Because
want
when
to watch
when
wrestling
they were around, it was real.
done right.
But I mean, look, when we started this show, if we would have said, look, Mark from Texas is going to retire and he's going to do a 5-part behind the scenes documentary. He's going to go on a multi-city testimony tour.
Streets of Gold crew coming at
Like,
you.
I would have thought that when The Undertaker retired, we would have never seen him again. Like, he just would have just faded away because he was like that dude that was all about the business, brother. And you keep things, the business is business, and you don't talk about the business, and you don't talk about Wrestlers Court and all of that stuff. And he's up on stage in every goddamn city the WWE does a pay-per-view in, premium live event in, and he's talking about it, shooting the shit on it, and it doesn't matter.
You just don't get it, Jim. 9-line shirts aren't cheap.
Those fuckers aren't. What a ripoff.
The hoodie looked sick though.
Like, that's the sad part is like brothers out there with great looking merch, and I'm just like, man, I can't sell my soul for it. But the whole, I mean, digging holes and taking souls is a whole new meeting when you're selling 9-line merch.
Digging souls and taking holes is a very different thing.
It's a whole different thing as well.
Sounds like something a lover of having sex would say.
But if Taker's out there doing it, and I mean, all of these kind of traditional wrestling business guys are doing it. Everybody's got a fucking podcast. Ric Flair podcast and Jeff Jarrett podcast, and like everybody's talking about how every sausage in the business was made. And I know you love that talk, Ryan. But like,
I'm a sausage guy.
Yeah, I don't think there's really a curtain anymore.
This is the first time I've been over here in the studio live for a while, and there is a large section of Ryan's sound bites. Jim is not shitting about that.
I told you, man.
That is
No, I use the back door.
much larger than I was hoping it to be.
So many. I didn't even get the ones from last week added.
It came into me.
I mean, like, there's just so many, Ryan.
Give me my ding.
But yeah, I honestly, I just don't think that. I don't think that that it's that hot of a take. But yeah, let's go now.
The 3-count question of the week.
With the announcement that Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso will be defending their undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, it was one of the moments of the week. It was a exclamation point on the story that's been told post Bloodline for Sami Zayn, and we now know that that this is the tag team title match, and for a while I think the common thought belief is that the SmackDown Women's title match, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, it should be your night one main event. And I think a large portion of the internet wrestling community has kind of thought that, and now all of a sudden since Monday, a lot of people are talking and believing that this tag team title match should main event night one. So what do you guys think? Feel free, whoever wants to jump in first. What to you should the tag team title match be the night one main event?
To what to you? To me, to my.
I don't know where I was going there at first.
Timothy.
Timothy.
Present.
Timothy.
No, this is a stupid, silly question, Jim. There's 2 battle royals. They both.
No, they're not. There's 2 Royal Rumbles.
What the fuck ever. They both earn you a spot at the big WrestlePalooza.
Okay.
So they got 2 nights at WrestlePalooza. The ladies do one night, the boys do the other. Simple as that. Let's not muddy the waters with silly questions like this.
I think.
Okay, hold on. Time out. I just saw this comment from Mike. He wants to poll us. He says just because he's listening, 3 options for Thursday night. Him and Joe are going to be out in LA for WrestlePalooza festivities, and he wants to know where he and Joe/Mark should go next week. Should they go to the Nigel McGuinness show, the Undertaker's Living Testimony, or the live FTR with Dax Pod?
Just go to a strip club and be happy.
Right. Out of those 3, I will vote for the Undertaker show. But I mean,
I'm pissed you'd even want to listen to another podcast, an FTR pod. Get out of here with that.
Yeah, that's not.
Come on, Big Mac.
Devin says the Undertaker show.
I would say the FTR show.
Okay.
What's the Nigel McGuinness show? I don't know anything about that. Is that a wrestling
show? Is that a wrestle show, or is that like a live talkie show?
It's a talkie show, I'm sure.
Okay.
But I would say the FTR show because it's the one show where I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna get a guest I care about.
Oh, okay.
Listen to Tim not care about the Undertaker.
Man, Tim cares about the Undertaker.
Enough.
Tim does not care about Mark from Texas.
No.
And I think that's what you're getting.
Oh, wait.
So you're going to the FTR show just to see fucking Jeff Jarrett?
I've changed my mind.
What's that?
You're going to see the Nigel McGuinness show.
Okay, and why is that?
My balls itch.
It's okay.
Because it's not a talkie bit. It's an actual magic show.
Oh, like
you're
magic?
It's a magic show?
Nigel McGuinness's show called Celebration is set in the 150-seat Illusion Magic Lounge in Santa Monica, California. McGuinness's magic show will be part spoken word and part interview with surprise guests.
Oh, that's the one. Isn't that the person Brittany's marrying? Isn't that Nigel? Is that the same one?
That's a different one.
Oh, it's
different
okay.
one. That one's rabid. This one had Hap.
Nah, he's just doing a show on the corner outside of SoFi Arena.
He's just juggling.
Hoping people put money in his guitar case.
Nigel was a illusionist.
Really?
Oh, yeah, go to that one. Go to that one.
He was really good at like sleight of hand card stuff.
Oh, my.
Go to that one. Absolutely. Yeah. The FTR thing, did they probably put that on adfreeshows.com or something?
Are they doing that? Because it's usually when they do that, it's tied to WrestleCade or not WrestleCade, StarCast.
Are you guys taking in any of the GCW stuff that's out there? Is that the collective? Is that what that's still called? Maybe. I know. Janela just announced he was wrestling Kota Ibushi.
Kota Ibushi. Oh yeah, the collective of 2023.
Okay, that's still.
Yeah, I would go to the Nigel show based on that information. But Matt, your thoughts on the night 1 main event?
No, I think it should be the women. I think that the tag match should open night 2.
Oh, open night 2.
Yes.
See,
sets the tone, Jim. Sets the tone.
I think it should open night 1. I think WrestleMania being bookended by the Bloodline, really kind of makes the most sense. And I think, because really, if the Usos lose, now Roman is going in with over 24 hours of all this added pressure to keep any championships in the Bloodline. So like, I think the women, I think Rhea and Charlotte should still close. I think that's been the journey, and like I think back to like WrestleMania 35, the one you were at, like the way that started. And I get one night versus 2, but the way that started with the Seth Rollins defeat of Brock Lesnar and the title change there, like that set the tone for a great night and early morning the next day.
It did.
But so I think you can do the same thing here if you have the Usos and versus KO and Sammy open the show.
So KO and Sammy have to go over.
Yeah, I think they are.
Okay.
I think they are because I really think that, and I'm still not 100% sold on what's going to happen in the main event. We'll obviously make predictions next Thursday of night 2, but like I definitely think the tag titles are moving, and then whatever happens with the undisputed WWE championship, the Universal Championship, it will set the tone for post Mania, but. I think Roman having to go more than just a couple of hours, having to hold up what's left of this bloodline supremacy, I think is there's a lot of story there, and we're already starting to see some cracks in the foundation of the bloodline, and that it's maybe not all about the titles, that it is maybe more about the actual family than we really thought. But Tim, what do you think about the main events of these shows?
I don't believe they should change the main event. The main event should be something that you talk around, you plan about, you promote. It has been promoted in Rhea Ripley's WrestleMania commercial that they filmed. They said she was in the main event of WrestleMania. To renege on that is short-sighted, even if it is literally like your number 2 and number 3 babyface, or number 1 and number 2 babyface, depending on who you ask. You putting them in that position, as hot as the Usos are, it can't main event. I think the match may take place at night 1, but I like the open of night 2 deal, especially if you don't know what else you're going to do for the opener of night 2. But this conversation even takes me back to like Roman and the title. But with news I got like earlier this week, I don't want Roman losing the title now.
Tim wants to acknowledge him.
What news is it?
I don't have 2 sources on it.
Okay.
But I'll say this. It's a WWE return.
Okay, we smell what you're cooking.
Not him.
Is it Randy Orton?
But you're pretty close to The Rock, though.
Is it Randy Savage?
Oh, Ryan.
Close.
Rikishi's
kind of
coming back.
Yep, you nailed it.
There it is.
Sultan returns.
The Sultan.
Oh, so that's the next step in the bloodline. You have to
beat the
beat
Sultan.
Rikishi because he does it for The Rock, and then we get The Rock at SummerSlam. Got it.
Yes.
No,
actually,
it's clearly
the
Nia Jax
bloodline
will
is-
come back in a squash match.
The bloodline is just gonna all like cosplay versions of Rikishi. So it'll be like the Sultan, Head Shrieker for Rikishi,
Junior Fatu.
make a difference, Fatu, and then of course the actual Rikishi Fatu, and then of course there's even 2 versions of him because there's like leather jean suit Rikishi,
There was,
and thong my ass is out Rikishi.
I bet Solo Sequoia, his thongs.
Toyota
Ricky,
Sequoia?
Toyota Sequoia.
That is Paul Heyman.
He's got the cheeks for it.
He does.
Paul Heyman's gonna back that ass up.
Good God, there's a mental image.
Can you imagine if the WWE actually ever makes a tag match their main event for one of the nights? It's the fucking WWE.
This
guys.
this is like the only opportunity, right? Like
Come on,
at
man.
least as we stand right now, this is the only time it makes sense.
Depends on how close Vince McMahon is to creative.
I mean, it's
'Cause
ridiculous.
If
Tag
he's
team.
in
God
creative-
damn, Paul, what are you
God damn.
doing?
There's a tag match at WrestleMania. Ugh.
Ugh.
I thought we fired the Beverly Brothers.
Did they ever WrestleMania? Yeah, I think they wrestled at WrestleMania 8. Yeah, Devin says he thinks the women deserve to main event night 1. He would love it if the tag team titles would be the main event.
Hi, I'm
though.
Devin. I want it both ways.
But he says you got to give the women a main event. Yeah, I agree. I think that you've kind of promoted it as the main event. I don't think you change off of that.
I brought up Nia Jax earlier. And I don't know, in some sort of interview, she was doing like a virtual signing. She
Wait,
confirmed.
You brought her up?
No,
He mumbled
I mumbled her when we were talking about returning rocks. I didn't mean.
I believe you meant Samoans.
Whatever.
Yeah, there it is.
Returning rocks. It was some sort of live gimmick like signing thingy that she confirmed that they were about to release my whole gimmicks, like shirts and shit that with my whole. And the plug got pulled.
So
she said like
so
she
the
did
plug
it,
got pulled from her hole.
The plug got pulled from her hole,
Okay.
and apparently she said I did it just to like pop Triple H and Vince, and I'm sure Vince loved that. I'm sure that's 100%.
Dude, he was. I guarantee he pissed his depends.
I feel like Triple H was just like,
yeah, like oh fuck.
But that was Vince's highlight.
Vince is
I'm
like,
sure.
put it on a shirt. That's hilarious. Put it on a shirt. We got a big old hole right there in the middle of the shirt. A big old dry donut right there in the middle of the hole. God damn it. Yeah, no, I 100% believe that.
My hole.
Mike says open night 1 with the tag title match, open night 2 with the Etch Finn Balor Hell in a Cell.
Oh, that could work.
I think that could work.
It could work.
Could
He's the
Seth
demon.
Rollins, Logan Paul open night 2?
Oh boy, it could. It could. Logan Paul's got a stiff a fist.
Yeah, man.
And then the tag titles open night 1.
Yeah. I like the idea of WrestleMania being bookended by the Bloodline.
No way. Please have my. Oh, of course you don't have my size, you cowards.
Of what?
The LA Knight shirt.
Oh, there's an. Is that?
They make it in blue.
Ooh, a blue one.
It's also not in my size. This is horseshit.
Just start,
Just start making tent sizes like adults.
That's right. They already announced Seth and Logan for night 1.
For night 1. Oh, thanks, Big Mac. You ruin everything.
Damn it, Mike. God damn it.
Just go to California already, you jerk.
Just get on a flight, damn it.
California.
All right. Any other thoughts on the question of the week?
No.
All right. Lastly, before we close out, we were talking about the the Monster Factory documentary on Apple TV Plus, and again, if you have not seen that, make sure you check that out. There you go. Mike said he's going to start walking the airport right now. Good call.
Thanks, we were able to actually hang out with a star from that show, Jim.
Did you?
Just last
That's
Saturday.
right. You and Matt did.
Yeah. She's like a mega star now.
Huge
2 stars actually, because her dad was also there. He's in a few episodes.
Her dad was there. Yes, I tried to get his autograph. He was not signing.
Were you going to pay him?
No. I just walked up to him like I was in an airport.
Well, that's fair.
Just a bunch of his 8x10s on a board.
What's that, Matt?
Ryan also met Kane at that show.
I did. Motherfucker tried to choke slam me.
Well, he heard about
you ain't
he
going
heard
up
that
for
you're
him.
vaccinated. So
He did.
He said none of this.
That's what it was. He was just choking me,
right?
Because I got vaccinated.
Yeah, get vaccinated now, right?
Yeah.
Shut up, Glenn.
How's the booster doing now for you? Yeah. He was shorter than I thought. I'm pretty sure it was the real Kane.
Well, being a fascist tends to shrink your bones. I've heard.
What it
weighs
is
on you.
You got the little shrinky bones.
I've heard that.
Old baby bones Kane is what they call him these days.
That's right.
so then Riley Malice is like, oh, you should make that your your profile picture. So I fucking did. Like I wouldn't do it. Like I respect myself.
Right. Exactly.
To not have little baby Kane choking me.
Yeah.
So of course I did.
Exactly.
Of course I did. What is she thinking?
Exactly. You don't have any respect for yourself.
I don't.
Never once.
I don't.
In the 20+ years I've known you.
You should follow all of our guests. So they were fantastic. All 3 of the 4 that showed up were great. We had a great time. They're at the Icons.
Devin says, I guess Ryan liked to be choked.
I did like it a lot.
Devin would know.
Oh, Jesus.
You guys shared a hotel room in New York.
We shared a ride to and from WrestleMania.
That's what you call it now?
Dude, by the way, I'm a big guy, and I sat down, and my car tilted. He sat down, and the fucking car went... I needed new axles on my passenger
side. That's why your
side.
suspension went bad, huh? Good Lord.
How would it fit in the car? I don't know. He put the seat the whole way back. Jim got in next. He goes, "Who the fuck was sitting here?" and moved the seat way out.
It was unbelievable. I heard you had to take the front seat out like Andre the Giant.
He
was
sat
in
the
car.
back seat. It was bad.
But it was in the front of the car.
It was in the front. It was the airbag.
Did you move the seat all the way forward and then lean the back all the way
The
down
whole way
so
down.
you could like lay
I
it
did.
out?
I did.
Like he's transporting an 8-foot sub.
It was like
to
if you go to
middle
Home
school.
Depot and you buy one of those big rolls of like a big rug roll. You had to lay it down in. That's what I had to do.
You had to open the back window.
He had to go in the back hatch.
Yeah, I believe
Devin himself owns an old Volkswagen Beetle where the trunk's in the front. So
he just he gets to coil it up in the front.
Checks out.
Good God.
In the trunk, he's got a little dick pillow. Puts his head under.
We were talking about the Monster Factory documentary.
No, we're not. We're talking about Devin's dick.
Well, at one point we were.
That's
sweet
what we're
mom.
making a documentary about.
His sweet mother. I think his
How
mother was
Devin
down with
lives.
us, and she was like, "How'd you like the show, Devin?" And they got him thinking about the show again. He fucking uppercutted her real hard. Sent her right back in the hotel.
With his dick.
That's how the uppercut. I mean, it was just like those ladies wrestle
like
left.
bam,
Bam!
everything. It just
Right, caught her right on the chin.
made her bite her tongue.
Right, they really hurt. Dad, then go get the knife.
Get the knife from my tongue.
Get the knife.
Damn.
She was nice. Everybody was nice. Devin and I were just having a good time.
Yeah, she was nice
Devin
after
hasn't
he beat
come
her.
on and denied any of it.
He is not. He is not. He has not said none of this is true.
I believe the legal phrase is plausible deniability. He can say he never heard it. Yeah, he is.
Dude, you don't have a choice. No choices were given.
Intern Mark checking him. Smokey is a hog watcher. Good Lord. If you could make a documentary series about anything in current wrestling besides Devin's large penis,
You have to sell that on a website.
what would you choose? What would you make a documentary about?
Boy, that's a great question. I wish I knew that question was loaded on here.
Oh, there it
Tony
is.
Khan's respiratory factories.
Devin says he's not going to deny it. There he is.
Dude, he had the room above me, and the fucking lights were just flickering all night long. It was like I was in the goddamn Stranger Things upside down bullshit. It was ridiculous. Fucking drop ceiling falling all night.
Just asbestos.
It's just so bad.
It's asbestos leaking into your room.
It's all right. I ate it up.
Maybe a new documentary on current day NXT.
Okay. What was it called before? Breaking Ground? Was it?
Well, I'm even thinking of like the ESPN documentary they did on NXT.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
Where like Tyler Breeze is gonna get fired.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I forgot they did that one. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm thinking that.
I like that. Mike says Tony's daily drug deals.
That's kind of what I was saying. His respiratory factories, like seeing how well he can breathe in and then breathe in again.
Phil's self-blame of everyone else.
It's not bad.
Right. A documentary on how it feels like to get fired at your wedding.
I mean, that's not that current.
Short story.
I believe the initial question was brought up because of the documentary on Monster Factory.
Right.
We got kind of sidetracked from Devin's dick talk, which Jim said we can't choose that. So my second choice, and we have...
I mean, it's a big topic. That's a long documentary, okay?
It's a 7-parter. We have kind of joked about it in the past, but I do think the rise and fall of Lancaster Championship Wrestling / KPW would have a lot to discuss in terms of everything that went on behind the scenes with that company.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you and even with Devin here. Not even just the LCW KPW side of it. I mean, Central PA indie wrestling as a whole, and I'm sure in all these little wrestling communities across the country, it's very similar. But like, I feel like there is so much drama. With every company, the kind of battle between some companies, and like, I think there are so many interesting stories to be told.
A lot of like staples in the Lancaster Central PA wrestling scene are now defunct. So it certainly would be interesting to kind of go behind what happened at all of
I'd
those
love
places.
that.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic. I mean, everybody brings up Keystone Pro and LCW. I mean, Legacy was red hot.
Yeah.
Legacy was the hottest ticket in town, and then seemingly it just done.
Just disappeared.
Just done. They did the Prime 1 tournament. They did 2 small shows, and they were done.
Yeah.
Never to be heard from. I mean, you have a Legacy call out sometimes at like a show up in Harrisburg, a Pro Wrestling Empire style show, but that's it. I mean, there's a story to be told with Lancaster professional wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, look, Tate in Stevens, ACW was around for what, 20 years?
A long time.
You know, and
hasn't run since the pandemic.
Yes, you know, CCW has been around forever. I mean, there are so many stories to be told in Central PA, so that would be a fun one to do. I'm trying to think, you know, outside of that, because that was kind of what I was thinking. I mean, honestly, if she would tell the story, because
Tanya, yeah.
Oh. What a bitch. What a bitch. No, if
to this day, Jim, I don't think you hate anyone in wrestling.
I can't believe
I don't think I do. I don't think I hate anyone.
Jim, I've got a surprise for you. I've got.
Oh,
let's pull her in, boys.
Oh my gosh!
Who is it that you hate?
He can't say it because she's a listener to the show.
No, Ref Tanya Stevens. They used to wrestle LCW back in the day.
She asked Jim one time to have people stop throwing streamers, and Jim has held a grudge to this day.
Why would I have any authority to do
that? That she stole from your family the way you act.
She did.
She stole your innocence.
She spit in my face. All of them, just the innocent ring attendant.
Unbelievable.
She's trying to get the heat on me. It was bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Ultimately, I blame Jason the Perfect Owner Smith. That guy's, you know. Well, yeah. Well, it's the LCW thing. That's a story in and of itself. But I would say the Sasha Banks and how that all went down with her exit from WWE. Because she was very public just this past week in an interview that said, or something that basically said nobody knows the story of what actually happened. So if I can get the story in a documentary, that's what I would do.
I'd like to get a story of folks right outside of wrestling that have just moved on. Maybe they don't have to be huge names. Let's talk a bunch of mid-carders. Let's talk I don't know. Let's talk to Rikishi. Let's see what Rikishi's doing. Let's just catch up with Kish.
Maven.
Let's talk to Maven. See what Maven's doing.
Yeah.
Let's talk to the Lethal Weapon. See what he's been up to.
Yeah. Okay.
Quick 30-minute episodes. Let's just catch up with people. It can be some other people.
Almost like a Where Are They Now?
A bit of a Where Are They Now? Some have moved on to work at Fox News. Who knows? Some might still live in Anvil. Who knows?
You never know.
That or Devin's dick. I don't know. One of the two. I can't pick.
Mike says
he's subletting that now.
Probably.
That's where Maven lives.
It's a 4-unit apartment.
Commercial. It was zoned for commercial, but now I guess it's zoned for retail or for
residential.
The first floor is commercial. The second floor is residential. Oh, it's like the businesses in downtowns.
Split level.
Mike says you do a documentary on Tony's purchase and reopening of Ring of Honor. Yeah, that would be
you can only buy that on Honor Club though, $9.99 a month.
Yeah, Devin. He said Legacy had a mid-card title they were ready to debut and never to be.
Devin, did you ever ref for Legacy? I don't remember. Serious question. I honestly don't remember.
Tim, did you have a?
Can I eat one of these, Jim?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been staring at them, and I just want to put one in my mouth.
They are great. Tim, did you have an answer for this? I can't remember.
Do you want to suck on one?
Mark the timestamp down here too, Jim.
What's
when Ryan said I've been staring at him, I just want to put one.
Oh
in my
yeah.
mouth.
No, Jim was talking over top of me. I was safe to say it. I'm learning.
What were you safe to say?
What I just said about 37 seconds ago.
I don't remember what that was. Can you say it again?
I got
in a nice, clear, concise voice.
It's almost better if it's not clear. But yeah. All right. Anything else before we wrap up the live show this week, boys?
Yeah, my thing was NXT.
Now. That's right. That is right.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap us up for the live show this week. So tune in Tuesday on the podcast. We kick off WrestleMania week. We're going to have a WrestleMania-themed Jeopardy. We will wrap up our F, Marry, Kill from this past week. And what's the other one? What's the other thing? Oh, the second round of the fast food bracket.
Fast food
bracket. So tune in then.
Are we closing out the brackets on Tuesday?
No, we'll just do the second round. And then probably the following week we'll run, because the later rounds will obviously get much shorter, but we might do rounds 2 and 3 this week.
I was going to say, because next week's Mania, and then the following week is the Fallout Mania.
Next week's loaded.
Oh, we could, maybe we'll close out.
We got a Tuesday show.
Yeah, we'll close out the bracket the following Tuesday.
I thought we were doing a Tuesday show Sunday live at Mania.
Well, we are, but we could do the...
Oh, we could do it there on location.
Do the brackets live in person. There we go. Figured out. So get that. And then next Thursday night, we'll be live 2 hours. We'll be previewing WrestleMania, previewing NXT, maybe previewing Supercard of Honor, also doing this WrestleMania...
Jim, that Russian guy just scored a goal again.
Nice. Good work. And we will do the very special WrestleMania draft that is going to be quite a banger. So make sure you tune in live next Thursday. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, follow the show on all of our social media. And until next time, stay safe, stay smart, and go for the pin.